Because you have a disclosure permit with environmental health requiring a hazardous materials business plan, your facility will be inspected at least once every 3 years for its hazardous material. To help you prepare, we asked inspectors and owners which violations are the most common.
The business plan is one of the biggest requirements that as a manager, I have to make sure that all the information is properly filled out and uploaded to CSRS every year. It's also important that all my employees know the plan's contents and where it's located online and on-site.
Even though, typically, businesses are only inspected once every 3 years. Employee training for the hazardous materials on site must be completed yearly, with documentation of completion available for review from the last 3 years. Just like the sign behind me, each NFPA 704 sign needs to be an honest representation of the chemicals located inside the facility.
Rating numbers can be as low as 0 and as high as 4, with blue representing health hazards, red for flammability hazards, and yellow for instability or reactive hazards. White stands for any special hazards with the rating determined by symbols, not numbers.
If I don't know the right number for the chemicals on site, I will look up the chemical safety data sheet.
We always keep track of the amount, type, and condition of all the chemical handled on site. The product must be closed when not in use, labels have to be clearly visible, adequate space, and last but not least, we check the compatibility of the chemicals with the container and also other chemicals.
Minimizing for the possibility of a release is probably the most important aspect for a facility to follow, because if you don't, that's when people can get seriously hurt from a chemical exposure. To help businesses minimize releases, they should always have procedures in place, like making sure they have spill kits available for any minor spill. Are they checking the chemical storage area on a regular basis? Do the employees know the characteristics of the chemicals they are working with, so they can separate the chemicals properly? Making sure the hazardous materials are always under their control. And if they have a major spill, does everyone have access to the emergency number to call for help?
Every business has employee turnover. Mine is no different. The first thing I show all new employees is where the emergency contact information is located. For us, the employee break room is a great place to display all the required contact information.
If a facility has a significant release of hazardous materials on site, they are required by law to call the proper emergency and environmental contacts as soon as possible. Also, once the cleanup is complete, a report needs to be sent to environmental health for verification.
Being proactive is the best approach for any facility that has hazardous materials on site, because it protects your employees, the environment, and you'll always be ready for that inspection from environmental health. For more information about the disclosure program, please visit our website.